Good morning, wrestling fans. Welcome to PWR today for Tuesday morning, post-Labor Day, September 8th, 2020 on the man they call Meathead. And joined this morning by Dave Herro. Good morning, Dave.
Good morning, sunshine.
Ooh, I like that. And I'm feeling a little bit, feeling a little bit lighter, a little bit cleaner, because of our friends over at manscaped.com. You know what I'm saying there, Dave Herro?
Oh my God, absolutely. I mean, yeah. You better feel cleaner, a lot more silky smooth, if anything.
Silky smooth, absolutely. And
Yes.
I could not believe the words that I heard from Damon when he said he went across the goal line without getting anything caught. That was a spit take right there.
And everyone that's listening can too by just using promo code PWR at manscaped.com. And let me tell you something. Yeah, the stuff's amazing. And, you can even get like underwear and T-shirts and
the
nose trimmers and everything imaginable.
Wait, the nose trimmers. So you're saying, like our friends in Major League, every time I sneeze, I shouldn't look like a party favor?
Exactly. Yes.
Gross. But hey, it is what it is. He threw at his own son at the father-son game.
All right. He did.
I'm glad for the other two people that got that reference. And thank you, Dave, for getting that as well. And then friends, of course, over at Collar and Elbow brand, PWR 360 will get you 10% off. What T-shirt you wearing today, Dave? Because I know you got Collar and Elbow on.
You know what? I'm wearing the Claw this morning. So, okay. Yeah. You have to wear Collar and Elbow. It's the most comfortable T-shirt in the history of T-shirts, and it makes your deltoids look monstrous. So,
because that's what people know Meathead for is deltoids.
Yeah, well, your deltoid flex is what I've been told. So.
I'm getting the shakes over here just thinking about my deltoids. Yeah. All right, let's quit screwing around and let's talk PWR draft real quick. David Herro, you are only 20 points away from first place. How does it smell back there?
Brother, I'm telling you right now, I have Roman Reigns back. I didn't have Roman Reigns for the first 4 months of this thing. And now I got him, and, I'm rolling. I'm not worried. It's my island right now.
Yeah. I mean, I still got 3 champions left, I think.
Yeah, but that means you have 3 guys, and you have 3 champions that are going to lose their belts. Exactly.
Yep. So we want to make a trade? How about some champions?
I would love to trade Andrade. That would be fantastic. He's a weak link for me right now.
Nah, you can keep him. And, your Kevin Owens just gets me appearance points over and over. So.
Yeah, well, hey, I picked up Karrion Kross, and that got me not a whole lot.
And I didn't bring this up yesterday morning with Linda, but I wanted to bring it up specifically with you this morning. The reason, folks, that have been asking why David Herro did not get title loss points, because he was still the champion until that Wednesday night. So, because he dropped the title on a non-pay-per-view, he does not lose points because of it.
First of all, what kind of jackass cares about that? I mean, who's asking those kind of questions? They better not be.
We got people that are paying attention, man.
I guess. Well, they better not look on the website because that's not updated. I just checked that out last night. I'm like, hey, Nelson, somebody update that.
Oh, yeah, we know who the webmaster is on that one, and it's not me.
Mm-hmm, exactly.
All right. Enough of the horsing around here. Let's talk about Raw last night because we have to, Dave. You were going to ask. It's because we have to. As I said to you right before we came on the air and started recording here, it was weird. They did some business. We got some new stuff, but it was just odd. I want to ask you first about main event. The entire Mysterio family beating on Murphy for 5 minutes.
Yeah, we had a piñata house party match is what it really was. I'm watching that match and I'm thinking the main event of Monday Night Raw is Buddy Murphy against Dominic Mysterio.
Yep.
When we have...
Say it again, yeah.
And then, Aleister Black versus Kevin Owens was wasted in Raw Underground because, Papadabu, beat both those guys up. It's like, seriously? I mean, you have a match that people truly would want to see in Aleister Black, AB versus Owens. KO, and you don't give it to him. And instead you basically bury both guys for Papadabu. I'm like, I don't get it. It just, I don't know. I'm sitting there and then I watch, Ray's mom and Ray's sister all taking shots at, Buddy Murphy. Ray's daughter. I'm a Dominic's sister. I'm thinking, well, they could never get the heat back on the girls. Right. You know what I mean? It just,
Well, here's what I thought. I thought that was wasted on Murphy. If they're going to do that, I thought it should be on Rollins because, I mean, Rollins is the one that pulled the strings on Murphy, right? So why would they get that on Murphy?
Yeah, because Murphy says having the big falling out with Rollins, and now it just basically.
So now he's not even part of Rollins. If he was with Rollins still, that still makes more sense.
Yeah, it's just weird. The whole thing was weird. I don't get it. I don't understand why, but again, from the rumor innuendo I heard is that once again, last night Vincent McMahon decided to change everything on Raw.
Like an hour before the show, right?
Something like that. And if that's the case, I feel terrible for the talent because it's not fair for them. They don't know how to prepare. They don't know what direction they want to go into. But again, at the end of the day, if I am Joe Walmart and I am flipping through the channels and I get on, for the Milwaukee time zone at 9:45, I hit USA and I see what looks to be like a kid. It looks like Peter Parker in the ring against Buddy Murphy. Am I really going to stay and watch that match? Just cosmetically? No, I'm not. And just come on, please, WWE, I'm begging you. I've been a loyal fan for close to 40 years, and you're making it. You're pushing me to the point where I don't want to watch anymore.
Yeah, and you're watching now, really, truly out of obligation and hoping that something happens.
Yeah, exactly. And you know what? Here is my bright spot, because I will always try to find the silver lining. Of course.
Yep.
I love seeing Adam Pearce get TV time.
I was going to ask you about that. Scrap Daddy AP. Yeah. He literally now is The Office on screen.
Yeah.
He's The Office.
He was former GLCW heavyweight champion, Scrap Iron Adam Pearce. Very happy for him. It's thank God he's a good-looking dude because he's getting so much TV time. You know what I mean?
And we're talking close-ups now.
Well, and he's getting it on Raw and SmackDown.
Right.
And that's fantastic. And what
he's a mail carrier now.
Yeah, I mean, he's put in his time. He's done all the work. He's
former NWA champion as well, right?
Right, but for a guy that never was under WWE contract to come in and do as well as he's doing and to rise up through the ranks and have that kind of respect from the decision makers, it just shows you what a good human being it is and how talented he is.
Happy to see him. I mean, Linda and I, we all talk about it all the time. I ask you this, though, Dave, because you'll have this answer more than maybe anybody else would. He looks really good. When was his last real big match? Because I remember his GLCW match because he was the current NWA champion at that point when he took on Rashi. Maybe I'm wrong. Or he was a tag team champ.
I want to say it's been 4 or 5 years ago now since he's had his last match.
Okay.
Because he was... Well, no, because when he was hired with NXT, that changes everything.
Okay. All right. Well, again, happy to see him. I mean, I can tell you, I remember the exact time he ran past me at Romines in '99 when we were doing a, what was the name of the show there? What was the name of that one? It was like a summer something. It was the day before SummerSlam.
That was 21 years ago. I don't know what I did 21 minutes ago. That's the problem.
Well, I mean, I haven't taken any shots, obviously, but I mean, that was in my backyard, right? So I remember because he did a run-in on the main event on that one.
Yeah, we had Jim the Anvil Neidhart there. So
yeah, and it was supposed to be Val, but it ended up being Anvil, and it was against Trevor Adonis.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, I'd rather talk this than Raw, but I mean, we got a couple more things of Raw to do. Secondly, did they give Drew McIntyre his strength back? I mean, did they? Because Randy Orton was the hottest thing going.
He got his heat back on Randy because Randy gave him 3 punt kicks and now Drew gave him 3
Claymores.
Yeah, 3 Claymores. So now they're all squared up and even. But what it did do is it kind of left Big Keith Lee out there holding his microphone in his hand.
No, because Keith Lee, out of the 3 interactions he had with Randy, the middle one, he got a pay-per-view win.
I'm talking about last night.
Yeah, I'm talking about last night too, but
it made Keith Lee look silly because, all right, well,
Keith Lee stopped an RKO. So Keith Lee got something out of that match.
Okay, but I'm just saying it just didn't do Keith Lee any favors. It could have had Randy work with anybody. You wanted to see Keith Lee do more than just stop an RKO. That means nothing.
Right. So is Keith Lee's interaction with Randy finally done? Can we get Keith Lee onto something else? Because that really was to take care of Drew, is what it was.
I don't know, because Drew wasn't really hurt. I don't understand why they had to rush everything.
Right. And then this was all built up when the night Keith Lee dropped his belt to Karrion Kross. Drew came on during the NXT takeover and said, I'm pulling from my friend Keith Lee. So sure. Keith Lee loses, shows up on Raw. I'm here to see my friend Drew. This is all built over the last whatever amount of weeks.
Mm-hmm. It'll be interesting to see how it plays out. I wouldn't be a bit surprised if Keith Lee cost Drew McIntyre the championship at Clash of Champions.
Maybe. We'll have to see. So we got that done. We also had Cedric Alexander join the Hurt Business.
Mm-hmm.
Thoughts? I want to hear what you think about it.
I mean, it's great for Cedric Alexander. He's going to be featured. He's going to be put in a spot to succeed. But you almost kind of have the feeling like Cedric Alexander is going to play the role of the Rock in the Nation, where he eventually gets the rest of the guys to squeeze out MVP. Because let's face it, I mean, the guy that, MVP, he's not the guy they're going to build around. But no. They'll build around a guy like a Cedric Alexander.
I'll tell you, MVP kept that show going during this whole COVID era. I mean, that guy was, pun intended, he was the MVP of the show.
Yeah, well, he was. But again, right now, Cedric Alexander is the guy. If they have to pick one or the other, they're not going to pick MVP. So they're going to go with Cedric Alexander. So you almost got to figure it's going to be the young lion turning on the old lion.
I wanted to ask you your opinion, too, and I'm glad we're talking this morning about this. The IIconics return, since they made their return in the tag team division of the women, was less than iconic, and they have split. Now, what they did last night was had a one-on-one match, new music for each of them. Neither are heel, neither are face. What are they doing? What's going on?
Well, I don't know. I wish they would have kept the IIconics together. I mean, the IIconics would have been, I think, perhaps the greatest female tag team in a long time, and they dropped the ball on that, and it's frustrating for me. I don't know. I mean, Peyton Royce, she has a ton of talent. She looks the part.
She's got the look. Yeah.
Yeah, she does. She's a very talented, attractive young woman, and
so is Billie Kay. I mean, let's make sure that's there.
They're both beautiful women. But I'm just saying, it's like Peyton Royce, she has a different pedigree about her. I mean, she's done fitness pageants.
Yeah.
She's very athletic. She's married to Sean Spears, so she understands psychology.
She knows the number 10.
Yeah, and it's just like you got to believe that eventually they're going to do something special with Peyton Royce.
Okay. The last thing I want to talk about and touch on with Rob before we start talking about NXT for tonight, the double 2-on-1 handicap matches. The Riot Squad taking on Shayna Baszler and taking on Nia Jax, because I really don't want to spend any time on Retribution. I mean, it makes sense. Okay, so the Riot Squad beats both girls, which is good. That's how it should be. I hate it when a tag team loses a handicapped match, especially an established tag team. Right.
So all it does is it just creates more heat and dissension on Nia and Shayna, which makes more intrigue and wondering if they're going to implode or not. So
right, and then it really is the first time that they've actually handled that situation correctly, because for how many years have we had the heavyweight champion go up against tag teams and beat the tag team and just crap all over the tag team?
Yep. They did good business last night with the girls.
Okay. So, and like I said, I didn't want to talk about it, but Retribution spoke last night.
That's fine. They can talk all they want. They mean nothing right now because they're not being assertive. They're not doing anything special.
Right. They have graphics now.
It just comes across as being phony. So
super phony.
Until they can start explaining as to what they're really there for, I don't really care anymore what they do.
Yep. Modified voices, graphics, and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
Meh. I mean, literally, I'll give you 2020 right there. Meh. Hmm. Okay, let's talk NXT tonight. It's going to be the, what did they call it? Super Tuesday Part 2. I didn't get your opinions on this, but what were your thoughts on that 4-way match? I absolutely loved it. 1, 2. I thought the finish was something I don't think I've ever seen before.
It was a super creative finish. I thought they did a great job with it. I loved how Finn Balor made Adam Cole work hard to roll him over for that final pinfall.
Yep.
It was just, I wasn't expecting it. It was great. I know Shane Helms and I, when we talked about it Thursday, were like, the only problem was you made us sit through an hour to now watch. We're going to have to watch an extension of that. You know what I mean? But I mean, 4 super talented guys, and I said this last week also, but 4 guys, it's almost like 205 Live because none of them are over 205 pounds. And they're all going.
Wait, hold on. In my other ear, I think it's Damian Nelson. Hold on. Oh, there you go again with that size, Dave. I don't care about that.
But here's the thing. It's like, but it's the heavyweight championship.
It is. It's got the word in it.
And all 4 guys weigh less, are under the cruiserweight limit.
Which was like 220 at one point, yeah.
It's 205.
Well, on 205 Live. I mean, remember, Matt Hardy had his program with the scales.
No, but I'm talking about right now. But, I mean, you to be, in on 205 Live, you got to be 205 or under. And everybody that was in that 4-way is under 205.
Yep. And they don't wrestle cruiserweight styles; they'll wrestle heavyweight style. So, I mean,
no, they don't. Please tell me which one of those 4 guys. Maybe Ciampa is the only guy that doesn't do flips and dives and all the crazy stuff all the time.
No, you're right. You're right.
Everybody
I was trying
else
to sell it
like a luchador. No, you did a terrible job because now you really woke me up. I'm like, for a guy that always says pay attention to the product, what product are you paying attention to say that those guys wrestle like heavyweights?
I was paying attention to our local guy, Ciampa. That's what I was doing.
Yeah, that's about it. I mean, but
I got you though.
But in all fairness, Big Keith Lee doesn't wrestle like a heavyweight half the time. He's doing flips and dives and jumps and everything else too.
Yeah, he does. So, All right. So I want to talk about the ladies, the women's match first, and then I'm going to get predictions on what's going to happen tonight. My girl Rhea Ripley and Mercedes Martinez in the steel cage. I really do see Rhea Ripley refocused and pushing towards WrestleMania. I think she comes out top.
Pushing her, we got to first get past Survivor Series and Royal Rumble.
She's going to win the Rumble.
But Rhea Ripley really needs this one big because she's been stuck in neutral since she lost her belt to Charlotte
at WrestleMania.
But at the same time, Mercedes Martinez needs this match too because she needs to really show herself to be a dominant physical specimen. The X factor in this match is going to be Robert Stone. He's been nothing short of brilliant through all of this.
Entertaining, absolutely.
Oh my God, he's fantastic. And I'm curious to see what his role is in the cage. I hope they use him as a heat magnet for this match because he's the reason why it's all coming together like that.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, you can't go wrong with either one of them, but you got to believe it's going to be Rhea Ripley.
Yeah, and like I said, I really do see this. Rhea Ripley winning the Women's Royal Rumble, going back to WrestleMania and wrestling Charlotte for the Women's Championship. That's how I see it. I mean, we're the half a year away, right? It's 9 months. But that's how I see it playing out.
Yeah.
Okay, so we both think Rhea, and then finally, main event. It's Balor, it's Cole. I'm telling you, everything points towards Balor. Balor is, even though you're, as Damien would call you, the sizest, it's Finn Balor's time.
Oh, yeah, it has to be Finn Balor because why else is he in NXT? He's not there to put over Adam Cole.
No.
He is there to negate a little bit of AEW, and Finn Balor has not done anything special in a long time. Adam Cole, but I can see Adam Cole winning too, but why?
And what's Adam Cole got to do? Because he went through the roster already.
Exactly. Let it be Finn Balor. Let him get some steam again. But at the same time, Finn Balor's been NXT champion as well.
I thought it was going to be Ciampa, to be honest with you. I thought Ciampa was coming out of that.
The only problem with Tommaso Ciampa is he is so beat up. He's just another injury away from being done.
Yep.
His body has so many thousands of miles and even more thousands of bumps. So they have to protect him right now. And let's face it. I mean,
and he wrestles so physically too.
What's the better matchup down the road? Is it going to be Finn Balor against Karrion Kross, or is it going to be Adam Cole against Karrion Kross? We could get the Demon against Karrion Kross.
Yeah.
And I think that right there is a huge marquee matchup.
What was the timeline on Cross? Was it 6 months, 9 months?
I don't know. I hope it's not that long, because I was have to drop him. If it's 6 months, I'm going to drop him because I won't have him until after WrestleMania then.
Right. So, I mean, do they make that, then do they push it to the takeover before Rumble, or do they get that set up to go to WrestleMania?
Yeah, I don't know. But I think if they really want to get the most money out of Finn Balor as the champion, you let him and Killer Cross main event, where it's the Demon against Karrion Kross. And I think it would be special because that is a match people would pay to see.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, Dave, that was a crisp and clean 20 minutes, buddy. It's good to have you back.
Well, it's crisp and clean because it's sponsored by Manscaped. That's why.
I set you up, right? I mean, you're over there playing checkers. I'm playing chess.
And again, I hit it out of the park. So
first pitch.
Promo code PWR, save 20%. They got a hell of a special going on right now. And
Matt, gotta have it.
Yeah. I think when it's all said and done, you're going to save close to 60% when you use our promo code for an extra 20. So
yeah, exactly. And save about 5 pounds of hair. I've seen some of you people out there.
Yeah, there are some hairy people out there. I don't know what you've seen, but whatever you're implying, but yes, yeah, absolutely.
You've not been to a public pool in a while, I see.
No, of course not. Why would I do that? That's filthy.
All right, Dave. Dave, happy to talk to you again. Glad to have you back.
Thanks, bud.
Yep. For Dave Herro, I'm the man they call Meathead. Thanks for stopping by. So long, everyone.